What's coming up in May 2025 for Taurus placements, please? So you have victim mentality. So yes, Taurus, you may feel like you're a prisoner to circumstance, all right? That's often what this energy is dictating. However, that is not the case, all right? No matter what you're currently navigating in life at this time, you are not a prisoner to circumstance, okay? Things are subject to change, as you know, right? It may take time. It may not be an overnight process, but that doesn't mean things are not going to change, all right? And you may notice as well, if you look at the card, he's got rope tied around his wrists, okay, tied to that bed. But look at how flimsy it is, right? And that's intentional, because the point is, with a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of know-how, a little bit of exertion, okay, this person is able to free themselves. And that's the point. Even if you can't think of the solution in the immediate moment, doesn't mean there isn't a solution to whatever circumstance you're facing, all right? It just may require a different approach, a different method, or some information, right? But that doesn't mean it's not out there or available to you, especially if your emotions, right, are very heightened at this time. It could be clouding your vision, because as you know, when we are emotionally charged, when we're overwhelmed or overcome with emotion, it can be hard to see things clearly and find a solution, right? Even if that solution is staring us in the face, we don't always notice that, right, when we are emotionally impacted by the situation, okay? So that's why a clear mind is definitely going to be beneficial, all right, as best as you possibly can. So if you feel like you're just banging your head against a brick wall trying to find the answer to your problem, take a step back, okay? Take a deep breath and try to calm yourself down first of all, okay? Because while you're feeling fraught with emotion, you're not going to see a solution, all right? You need a clear, calm mind as best you can. Then it's going to be easier to find said solution, all right? Or at least be open to a different way of looking at it, right? Different methods, all right? So tell me more about this energy for Taurus placements. All right, yes, exactly. Look, 9 of Cups. So this is about wish fulfillment, satisfaction, joy, contentment, especially on an emotional level, right? So as I was saying, you need to calm yourself first, okay? And when you calm yourself, that's when solutions may be presented to you, okay? You may start to go into overdrive when it comes to problem solving, especially on a creative level, right? But while you're overcome with emotion, okay, it can be difficult to do that. So taking a step back, you may find that the answer is simpler than you thought, okay? And I do feel like you're going to be very happy coming to some kind of conclusion here, finding some solution. Exactly. The Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, so that's like the energy of stagnancy or slow moving progress. But again, like I said, everything is subject to change. Even if it's something that you have to work on or work through incrementally, that's fine. As long as you see movement, then you know you're headed in a direction at least, right? Things are not remaining the same. So it may take a little bit of time, a little bit of effort, okay? Consistent effort, but you will get there. The 9 of Cups dictates that, okay? That is a win. That is a positive outcome, okay? Yeah, especially on an emotional level, it's like night and day between the victim mentality oracle and this 9 of Cups, right? There couldn't be any more contrasting. So it is going to change. That's what you need to know. Exactly, the Hermit, okay? And I do feel like this is an issue or a solution that you're meant to tackle yourself, okay? So it does feel like there is some quality about this circumstance or situation that is character building for you, okay? Because maybe, you know, you're used to finding a shortcut or another way to do things, right? But maybe in this situation, a shortcut isn't going to cut it, right? It's going to require a different approach, a different application of not just like physical input, right, but mental input as well, you know? So you have to apply yourself differently in this situation. So perhaps, you know, it's not just about working smarter. Maybe you will have to work harder, but it will pay off, right? Tell me more. Exactly, King of Wands energy. That is that exertion we was talking about, okay? Applying yourself. You are more than capable of applying yourself in this situation, okay? This is a very sort of apathetic energy, and you're being encouraged to not fall to apathy, okay? But to be assertive, okay? To take control in the situation, because you have the power to do so. If you didn't, if this was something outside of your reach, right? Outside of your ability to change, this wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be showing up as the King of Wands. This is a confirmation that you have the means to change your circumstances, right? Again, it may not be an overnight job, but you still have the means to do so, okay? But it is going to require you to put forth the effort, okay? So you do have to apply yourself. Yeah, look, Page of Wands at the bottom of the deck, I'm telling you. So if you do that, okay, if you take this message on board and apply yourself, you're going to find a solution. There is going to be a positive outcome here. One more. Yeah, 9 of Coins, exactly, look at you. Very blessed energy, okay? 9 of Cups, 9 of Coins, okay? You may even see 99, 99, 9, okay, come up for you next month. However many times in terms of multiplication, right? But the reality is, with the 9 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles, if you see this through, and like I say, apply yourself, I'm telling you, you're going to be so glad you did this. Because not only is it going to be character building, but you're going to receive the best possible outcome. Okay, so by you applying yourself, by you asserting yourself, by you looking at it from a different point of view, being open to different possibilities and solutions, right? Trying things from a different approach. I'm telling you, you're going to come out of this blessed, not just in a better position, but blessed. You're going to be very emotionally happy. You're going to be potentially financially very fulfilled as well, okay? So especially if there is any kind of financial aspect to this, you're going to overcome that, okay? So you are going to see abundance. You are going to see increase on an emotional level, but also tangible increase as well, whether that's finances, some form of resource, opportunity, okay? But it's going to put you in a very blessed position. Exactly. That's the role of the alchemist here, right? With the magician here, it reminds you that you have these qualities, okay? You are a natural born alchemist. You're a divine being. You have the ability to transform any situation you find yourself in, okay? When you use the proper approach, when you use your mental in the right way, right? When you're open to different ways of doing things. You know, so this is to let you know. Again, I can't stress it enough. There's so many cards here that affirm the same truth, that this is within your power to change. Hence the Magician, hence the King of Wands, hence it's showing up as the outcome, 9 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles. That's a very blessed energy. It's the most blessed you can be single-handedly without anyone else being in the picture. So that is a radical change, right? From being in this energy. But it starts with you, okay? That's what you need to know. It starts with you. And trust, you will get the support you need, okay? One way or another, the universe will respond to the fact that you are putting forth the effort, okay? That's all it's asking of you, to just try, okay? Try a different approach. Try doing it differently. Try seeing things differently, okay? I know it's not easy, but again, this is a test of character, and this is character building. So seeing this through, I'm telling you, you're going to be so glad you did. And not only that, you're going to be able to move forward with your head held high, knowing that you didn't give up, okay? When the going got tough, you didn't give up. You kept going. You persevered, right? And imagine how confident you're going to feel as a result. If I can overcome this, I can overcome anything. What else can I tackle? It snowballs, right? All it takes is that one sort of almost like life-defining moment, and it can change everything for you, right? You look at things differently, you feel differently, you apply yourself differently, right? Because you're coming from that place of knowing from first-hand experience that yes, I can overcome the challenges life has to throw at me. So trust me, Taurus, this is your month, okay? I'm telling you, Taurus, it's not an easy month, but it's a highly rewarding, life-changing month if you apply yourself in this way. Yeah, look, the Hierophant, that's literally your energy. You're going to be in a position of knowledge, wisdom, because you've lived it. So you have direct experience. You're going to know how to possibly even mentor or support or guide others who face the same challenges because you've already conquered it. Amazing.